Good morning, everyone. It's Lonnie, and it is Friday morning. It's rainy around here. I was hoping there would be yard sales to go to this weekend, but there just aren't. I think there's like 3 today that I could have gone to, but it would have been a lot of driving. So, not going to do it. But what I am going to do is pull orders that are going out today. Made a really nice sale just a few minutes ago. Alright, first up, we're going to pull this order. This is a board game. I should say. It's not really a board game. This Wipeout game, Hot Wheels, vintage. $14 plus shipping on top for this. Alright, so Coca-Cola cards are supposed to be in here. Let's see. Oh, golly. Here they are. Okay, so these are for a viewer, actually. Man, it took me a minute to find these. These are for Jason, one of the viewers of the channel there. So thank you, Jason. Hope you enjoy. Oh, that last deck of cards I just pulled, those are like $4 something plus shipping. And then I've got another deck of cards going out. What is this? Beauty and the Beast. These sold for $5 plus shipping. Sold one of these Star Wars figs. Real cheap one. Death Star gunner right here. $3.49 plus shipping on top for that. And here's another sale to a viewer. These are those, I've been corrected several times on the pronunciation. I can't remember what they said. They're going to be Hoka 11. I know it's supposed to be something else. One. They said in the comments. But yeah, these are going to a viewer named Doug. So Doug, I hope you enjoy them. I hope they work out good for you. They're some nice shoes, so I appreciate you buying them. Really do. Thanks. Oh, did I say those sold for, let's see, $49.99 plus shipping on top there. Sold one of those games I listed yesterday, The Darkness, for Xbox 360. This one right here, $4.99 plus shipping on top for that. Sold this game, Yo Noid, for $7.99 plus shipping on top. Scully 454-1910. I'm sure that's not a good phone number anymore. Sold one more NES game, Circus Caper, for $6.99 plus shipping on top. Made one more sale today, and this can either go out today or it could go out tomorrow, depending on how it goes today. This sewing machine. I listed it yesterday, and man, it sold about an hour ago, and I got full asking price. I had it up at 500 or best offer. It's a sewing machine slash embroidery machine, and it's got some attachments and stuff. But yeah, that thing, I got $500 plus shipping on top. So whenever I go out to bring the other stuff to USPS, I go buy some heavy duty boxes over at Home Depot. That's what's going to be best for that. The sewing machine itself weighs 25 pounds. That's not including the other stuff. So that'll be a fun little packing job. That was a heck of a sale, though, I'll tell you that. Last video, or maybe the past couple videos, I've had a few questions about the Dymo. Like which one it is. I use a Dymo 4XL. There's a lot of people with more experience with these than I have. I think I've only had it like maybe 4 or 5 months or something like that. I've liked it so far. It's been good. A little pricey. I don't remember what I paid. I got like new open box, and it was like, oh gosh, 160 bucks or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But then the labels were, I think those were about 60 bucks. They weren't Dymo brand. They were like some other brand. It's like 60 bucks for 5,000 labels. I think it's like 250 label rolls. So, yeah, I mean, I like it a lot. It works great. Like, I know people that have the Rollo printer. They like that one. Like, they rave about it. I'm not exactly sure what's better about it because I've never used one. And I know some people like the Zebras. I mean, basically, they're, you know, they all kind of operate the same. But, yeah, this is really good because there's really not any maintenance. You don't have to do anything with the ink. Because basically this is special paper that they use on these labels that is reactive to heat, and it burns the friggin' print onto the label. So there's nothing to ever really replace except for the labels. Let's see what else. No, that's about it. So I mean, 60 bucks for the labels, and they'll probably last me a year or maybe more. Just depends on how much I sell, how many packages go out. But you know, like before that, I was using a laser printer, and it worked fine too. It's just a little slower because you got to screw around with the papers, and then I was peeling. You know, you got to peel the labels off, and you know, run the paper back in because it was like half sheet labels. It was a mess, kind of. The Dymo is way better, but you know, if you're not doing a ton of volume. Using a laser is perfectly suitable too. So yeah, I just want to talk about that real quick. And yeah, these are pretty fast too, and seems to be pretty bulletproof. Like I dig it. All right, just got back from my other storage unit, and I pulled some stuff out to list today. I've got some well, there's just a stereo in this one. I've got a tuner right there. I've got another stereo right here. Then I've got some shoes and I think a chess game in there. So that's my plan, is to get this stuff listed. I also need to do some rearranging of shelving in here. The plan was for this to be incoming shelf only, like only stuff that's not listed. So I got to move some of this stuff around, figure out some spots for some things. And I already determined I'm gonna ship this tomorrow. I'll run that by Walgreens tomorrow, because I mean it did sell today, so I don't have to ship it today. So anyway, got some work cut out for me here. The good thing about stuff like this, like these stereos, like what is this, Harman Kardon AVR 120. I mean, a lot of times these kind of units, I don't know what this one's worth specifically, but a lot of times these kind of units, you know, you'll get like 70, 80 bucks plus shipping. I typically could pick them up for $5 at yard sales, sometimes 10. And they sell fast. They sell, these things, man, they sell super fast. Like in my experience, like all, like stereos, cassette decks, obviously the DVD VCR combos, they're big and they're heavy, but they move. So it's not like I'm going to have a room full of these things, you know. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started testing these. And I don't have my test station set up yet that I was going to do, but it'll be easy. I got plenty of room. I got wheeled carts and all that stuff, so it'll be pretty easy to test this stuff out. Just got to grab some speakers real quick. All right, so I promise y'all this is just for today. Okay, I'm gonna have a proper testing station eventually. Within a month, I will. But just for today, I put my little test speakers. I'm gonna give y'all a guess. Y'all type in right now, how did I attach these speakers? What did I use to attach these speakers to this cart? By the way, I didn't like the TV here, so I put the TV over there. The TV that was here is now over there. I'm gonna put another TV in here somewhere. Might be part of some kind of test thing. Anyway, time's up. Yes, I did attach these speakers with zip ties. Okay, so like I showed y'all a second ago, the speakers are securely fastened with a professional install. to the shelving unit there. And I need some longer speaker wire. This ain't cutting it. And actually, this ain't even speaker wire anyway. But I just connected that to the left and right main speakers or front speakers. And then I have this going to the CD input. I'll try a couple other inputs too. But we'll start off with the CD input there. And this is a special cable that goes to mini plug. And I'll test to the phone. And let's see. It looks like some people digging in the garbage or something there. Who is that? Who the heck is the... So weird. No, that's Steve and Steph, Resale Killers. Let's see. I'm sure they're talking in here. Yeah. So anyway, let's fool around with this thing. See if we can light it up. Okay, that's good. Gotta be careful not to... Alright, good. The volume's... Now the volume's all the way down. Almost. There we go. That's full attenuation. So now, check my balance, treble bass, and we got to select the right input now. So how do I do that? Source. Okay. CD. So when I turn this up, we should hear Steve or Steph or something. Still playing? Oh, look. I hear them. They're not saying anything.
Is this a glass straw? It's plastic. Is it? Cute. It's plastic. Ooh, I like that bowl. Is it broken? Yeah. Oh, that's too bad.
And then...
Are you gathering up the...
yeah, there's Steve. Steve, it sounds like you're in the shed, dude. So clear. So then what I'll do is I'll make sure I use the balance, because I'm going to check the left channel independently, make sure it sounds good.
I know sometimes you think that we're not being careful, but we're always aware.
And then I'm going to check the right,
Pay attention to what...
the right side. So this is not that old of a stereo. So really there's not, if it powers up, it's probably going to be fine. Like usually. I have seen some, like this one's like what, maybe 15 years old or something. Typically if these power up, they're okay. Some older ones, you're gonna, like, you could have all kind of noise in the pots, and that's when I'll use something like this to clean that up. But these modern ones, you're not going to get a ton of money for them, but they're pretty easy to test, and usually they work fine. This one actually looks kind of nice. I just don't have the remote. That kind of stinks. This is from Tanya Thrifty Treasures. So I gotta make sure I don't. It's big and flat. I think it's gonna be some kind of sign. That's why I'm like really crazy trying to open this thing here. I don't want to hurt it though. Oh man, what did you get me? What'd you get me, Tanya? Tanya. Oh, some of y'all may not know Tanya. She's been on YouTube a long time. Like she was one of my mentors when I first got started. I met Tanya in person a few times. And she's just a really good friend, a really good person. So let's see what she got me here. Oh man, these look cool. Oh my gosh. These look actually, whoa, wait, this is one piece. Look, I don't know what this is yet, but it looks kind of old. The heck? Does it spin? What is this? Oh, look at that. That is cool. But look at this. If you think you're an expert, $40. Want to watch? What? If you want to watch, $10. Oh, that's funny. Want to help, $20. Oh man, this is supposed to be like at a car shop or something, or like a computer shop. Tried to fix it first, $30. That's funny. Oh man, that is awesome. Tanya, that is so cool. This is gonna look, oh, I love the colors. Look how these colors are gonna pop, Tanya. I don't know, I'm gonna get my decorator in here later to figure out a spot for it. I'm gonna have to move stuff around, but just look how the colors are gonna pop against the green. Oh, I love how it has like the little motion thing, the little wheel in there. Man, that is cool. Thank you, Tanya. I really appreciate that. That is so cool. I love it. I love it. I'll get Candace. Candace will figure this out. I mean, I have a feeling we're gonna have to rearrange some stuff, but yeah, we're gonna get a good spot for that. All right, so I received an email this morning, and I finally called eBay about it. And I messaged my buyer to let them know I was contacting eBay, and then I'll email them again or message them again, let them know what to do next. But I got this message. This is for a DC Superheroes Superman Daily Planet chess piece with magazine. It's like a $30 item plus shipping, and they got it through GSP, Global Shipping Program. Hi, I received this on Tuesday. Daily Planet prop is completely broken off the figure at both hands. Please issue me a partial refund due to the broken merchandise. Returning is not feasible since you shipped through the GSP, thank goodness, and I've paid excessive non-refundable shipping. They're not happy about that, and import charges to receive the item. Thanks. So they didn't send a photo of the item. Oh wait, or did they? Nope, they didn't send a photo of the item or anything like that. They just said it's broken. So typically what happens whenever you ship items to, via GSP, they go to Kentucky, they'll repackage them usually there, and then they'll go on their way. So what does that mean? Well, I packaged it well. How did they handle it? How did they package it? I don't know. So I called eBay just now and told her what was up, and her answer to me was to reach out to the customer, tell them to open a return with eBay, and eBay would take care of it from there, and it would be nothing. I wouldn't be out anything. First, she asked me, how do you want to handle this? And that's when I said, well, I know they repackage them in Kentucky. And then I said, well, how do you think I should handle it? And then that's what she told me, to tell the guy to make a return, and it'll be taken care of for me. So I got to message the guy back right now. A little bit of a pain, but usually, I'm not saying every time, usually GSP gives a little extra buffer of protection. They also can cause problems of their own that wouldn't be there at all if you hadn't used them. So, take the good with the bad when it comes to GSP. But it sounds like I'm going to be protected on this one. Okay, so this is how I'm wording. Like, we all have different styles of writing, I guess. But this is how I worded my response to the customer. I just got off the phone with eBay. They confirmed that the packages do get repackaged at their GSP center in Kentucky, USA. So first of all, I want to let them know it's not my fault, without saying it's not my fault. But I did that there. They also said they would stand good for the damaged item. Okay. There again, shifting responsibility from me to eBay in a pleasant fashion. The rep told me to have you open a return case on eBay and that the GSP people would take care of it from there. Again, transferring any future obligation or responsibility for this return over to eBay or the GSP people. Very sorry the figure got broken and for the inconvenience. Finally, I'll apologize because it arrived broken, supposedly. I don't know if it did or not, really. I did think it was a little odd, and then I said, thanks, Lonnie. But I did think, the only thing that I thought was a little odd was that, okay, it got broken. They received it, it was broken, right? I don't have a photo of it. That's cool. That's kind of standard. The only thing that's weird is when, somebody is so savvy that they get the broken item and they say, their first inclination is to say, please issue me a partial refund due to the broken merchandise. Please issue me a partial refund due to the broken merchandise. Not that it matters, because it doesn't, but that's the way that sentence is crafted and the wording that's used. It sounds, I don't know, it's a little fishy. Do y'all think that sounds a little fishy? Or is that the way most people talk when they have a broken item? Please issue me a partial refund due to the broken merchandise. It seems a little fishy. But like I said, I don't care because I'm giving this over to eBay. And, it's funny that they didn't just open like an item not INAD type case with this instead of contacting me directly. So I don't know. It's cool. I'm glad they contacted me directly, and I hopefully can get it worked out. But I'm glad I ain't got to pay this one. Okay, I've moved on to another unit here, an Onkyo. I don't know if Onkyo. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. That's kind of hard to say. What is this model? Where is it? What is this model? Oh, TX SV 545. And I'm gonna test this one out with Zahir Malik and his wife Bex.
You know, other stuff, you know, the majority of internet traffic, and then there was people playing video games. That's pretty much that was the main users of
So yeah, that's Zahir Malik, and he's got a good channel. Been watching him a long time. Real funny guy from the UK. Yeah, so this one works too. I'm gonna do a little more testing on the other inputs and stuff, but I'm 2 for 2 so far. Done with the stereo stuff. This is something I should have listed quite a while back. I imagine I didn't because I liked it and I had some thoughts about keeping it, but now it's time to sell it. It's a really nice modern, this is not old or anything, this is a modern chess set, and yeah, really cool looking pieces though. Let's see, some things to know whenever you're listing these. Obviously you want to know how many pieces you need. You need 32 pieces in a chess set. They're not always lined up like this in a nice little case. And let's see what else. Oh, whenever you go to list it, you'll want to give the height of the king. People want to know how tall are the kings. You can give heights of other pieces if you like too, but I'll put the height of the king in the title even. What else? The other dimensions you'll want to give on a set like this is overall width, overall width of each side. Like this one is 20.5 inches, other dimension is 20 inches, and people also like to know the size of the squares. These are 2-inch squares in this case. This is a really cool one. This like I said, it's not like vintage or anything. It's made in like, boy, some of y'all might have seen this a long time ago. I think it was made in like Poland. Yeah, made in Poland. That's it. And it's sad if they felt the need to put this made without child labor. So, yeah, this is a nice little set. All right, let's check out Momentum board. It's a little weak this week. 8 listings today for $308. The let's see, this is some stereo components, a chess set here, some little CD players, some shoes, and some shoes. So yeah, 8 for $308. I should have probably done a lot better than that, but I didn't. Let's go ahead and fire up the computer, the Commodore. And if you're wondering what my shirt is all about, let me show you after this thing moves out the way. You see this little guy right here where it says ready? That's what's on my shirt right here. Ready? That's where that comes from. So let's load up. Comment picker. And see what comments we have today. We're going to cover comment/questions. All right, let's see what we got. Whoa, long one. All right, Marilyn Wise said, really enjoy your videos and I love the shed. Thank you. I've asked this before, so if it's been answered, I'm sorry, but how do you organize your inventory so it is easy for you to find? You never seem to have a problem finding stuff, so I'm thinking you must have some kind of system. Thanks. Okay, so Marilyn, I'm gonna disappoint you with this answer, I'm afraid, but I don't really have much of a system. Actually, since I've moved in here, I need to rearrange this stuff, because when I was moving, I was just putting stuff in. But in general, what I try to do is group like items together, like by department, say. So for instance, shoes all go in one place. So if I sell a pair of shoes, I come over here to where the shoes are at. If I sell a board game, I'll come over here where the board games are at, right? If I sell a video game, I'll come over here. You know, I know that's where that stuff is. I happen to know, like, some of the stuff I just know, right? I know I've got not Cabbage Patch. What are these things called? Garbage Pail Kids. In this box. I know I've got cars in these other boxes. I know fanzines are over here. I know cards are over here. Bibles are over here. So, I mean, I kind of just do it by, I know I've got like media in this general area. I happen to know that this box has cameras in it. So, I mean, there's not really anything very fancy going on here. You know, hey, I've got a pile of models. If I sell a model, I'll find the one I sold, you know. I wish it was better than that. Now, in some cases, like puzzles, if I sell a puzzle, there's some puzzles right there. In some cases, where I have a lot of like items, I will number them as I list them and put that in the, what do you call that field? Custom label field or whatever. So like these are all, this is telephone, lots of telephone jacks here. So I have TP1, TP6, TP7. So I know that I need to grab that number. Also, like sometimes if I have, like for instance, these guys, these are a bunch of little lead figures. Well, I know they're in this box, okay? But to make it easy to find the individual one, they each have a label on them, and that label's in the custom field. So, I mean, it's really, I'm not gonna say it's organized really, because a lot of it's just in my head, really. You know, like, hey, if I need a jacket, hey, it's probably over here. You know, if I need jeans, I know where they're at. So, yeah, I mean, there's not really that much to it. It's really, I've departmentalized things in here, and then, you know, like for instance, I know comic books are here, but inside of the comic boxes, like this is C, this is box A, these other ones supposed to be labeled on the other side. But then inside of the comic boxes, I do have like labels on them, like that's A11. Okay, so that's how I do it. And yeah, typically I can find everything fine, unless the only time I have problems is when I put something in the wrong place. Like the other day, I listed all the garbage pail stuff. Then I happened to list a bottle of cologne, and I happened to put the bottle of cologne in the Garbage Pail Kids box. And when I got the order for the cologne, I actually could not find it. So I had no clue where it was. And as a matter of fact, I didn't find it until I filled an order for a Garbage Pail Kid, and that's when I found the cologne. So, I mean, it breaks down sometimes, but overall, I do a pretty good job finding stuff, I think. And I've got a pretty good many items in here, you know. I think as long as I continue to get, like, source a lot of different types of items, I think this can work okay. At least I hope it can. Okie dokie, next question. Let's see what we got. This is from Josh Reese. Do you have a room set up for testing with each console so you can test with each game? Or how do you do that part? All right, so Josh, that's a good question. The answer is a lot of games I do not test. For instance, I just listed a bunch of cheap, like Xbox 360 games, PS3 games. These are all like super cheap stuff here. I'll look at the disc. If it's a clean looking disc, I don't test it. I'll list it, you know, and you know, they almost always work. Same thing goes for like CDs. I don't test all these CDs. You know, if the disc is clean, then it's good, right? Like why would I test test an individual CD. I'm not going to. But yeah, now, whenever I listed all of these NES games that are in these boxes, these are the boxes the guy actually gave them to me in whenever I bought them. But whenever I listed those, I did test each and every one of them, because I set a Retron 3. I have a Retron 3 that can play NES games, Super NES, and Sega Genesis. So I could test those. Higher value games I would test if I have the system, and usually I'll have the system around here that I need to test the game. But yeah, I don't always test them though. That's the answer. Do I have each console? Not always. I've bought plenty of like Wii U games in the past, and you know, I'll test them. The disc looks good, I sell it. So that might not be the answer some of y'all want to hear, but that's what's going on. It generally works out, you know. If you do that, and then somebody says something doesn't work, well, now you got some customer service to perform, right? Okay, next one. Excuse me. Okay, this is from Terry Zellers. Hey Terry, could you show us how you photograph and list? If you have already, could you give me the link? Thanks. Terry, I have done some videos about photographing and listing stuff in the past, but I think it's worth doing again.
Hello, Lonnie.
What did I say to trip this thing off? Oh my gosh, that's so weird. All right. But I think it's worth revisiting, showing like the photography process and the listing process and stuff. I will do that next week in a video. So, and we're gonna resume those working hangouts we were doing on my other channel, and Justin was doing them on his channel too. We're going to be covering a lot of that kind of stuff in those hangouts too once we resume them. Probably next week, I think we'll start them up again. But yeah, I will definitely do that, Terry. I think that would be very useful information. I actually get requests for photography, listing, and packing quite a bit, so I need to focus more on that kind of stuff. All right, let's see if we got anything else. All right, no more questions logging out. Okay, so that is it for today. Next, let's see, tomorrow I may be doing a little sourcing. It's not going to be garage sales. I may be meeting up with my source, my secret source, tomorrow. I don't know. I got to talk to him and see. He messaged me, said he wanted to meet up. So, yeah. Oh, also tomorrow I will know, whenever I put that video up, I'll know how the Converse ended up doing, and I'll be able to share that with you guys, and hopefully I'll know that they already paid. So hope y'all have a great weekend, everyone, and thanks for watching the video. Take care. Bye bye.